And welcome to Creole Lanes for tonight's HTV Corporate Challenge. It's our HTV radio phone game of the week, bowling from Creole Lanes, as we've been doing for quite a few weeks. Junior bowlers out here tonight, the Y8BA bowlers are here at Creole Lanes, and Cathy Taylor is going to be up first. Cathy is sponsored by Body Elite. You see a good shot of Cathy. She's carrying a 142 average.
Pick up the white phone, please.
And she goes Brooklyn side. Leaves the 3-pin. Up on 44 now, that's Stacy Belanger. She's sponsored by CJ Seafood. And Stacy leaves the 5-9. And there you see Cathy Taylor again. She's looking for her spare on 43. And she picks it up. And Stacy now on 44 looking for her spare. And she picks up her spare. All right, Jim Dupre is going to be up now on 43. Jim is sponsored by Fabricus Music. He carries a 135 league average. See a good shot of Jim. And that's Kelly Champagne. Carries a 128 average. He's sponsored by Georgia Carpet Outlet. And he leaves the 5-pin. Silent so far, but won't be for long. Leslie Bujo joining me. Hello, Leslie.
How you doing, Hillary?
I'm doing fine, doing fine. Thank you for all of your help in putting together these junior bowlers.
Yeah, we're full, and we're trying to get another one for next couple of weeks to have another one for the junior bowlers. I think we have 8 already, looking for 2 more.
Have 8 already? Yeah, we're going to try one more shift. So if you're interested in bowling here for Corporate Challenge, if you're a junior bowler, give us a call. Opal Deroche is up now on 43. She's sponsored by Sammy's Rod and Reel Repair Service. And she leaves the 9. Nikki Bonvillian, sponsored by Bourgeois and Associates, on 44. She leaves the 136. And Opal Deroche looking to pick up her spare on 43, and she does. Hey, you see a good shot of Nikki Bonvillian with the Tweety shirt on. Don't you have a shirt just like that, Les?
No, sir, I don't. It's a Fred Flintstone.
All right, up now on 43 is going to be Tony Disalvo. Tony sponsored by Quality Office Supply. Leslie, you got those pins right there? You got your cheat sheet tonight. You'll be able to tell me what pins. That's Jennifer Lebouef. East Park Radiator and Battery is her sponsor.
I don't have a cheat sheet. It's a list of everybody that's bowling.
Tony DeSalvo looking to pick up his spare. Almost gets a kind kick off the wall. There you see a good shot of Jennifer Lebouef. East Park Radiator and Battery, her sponsor. And once again, we'll explain it early. All of the proceeds from all of our Corporate Challenge bowling this summer are all going to local law enforcement. Every summer we've put these things together for various donations, and that's Robby Thomas. Richard Thomas Inspection Services is his sponsor, and Robby gets the strike. Cy Martin is up now, sponsored by his dad's company, Carroll's Painting Services. He leaves the 1-2-4-10. Those pins are a piece of cake now, Les. It's no problem.
They sure are.
There you see a good shot of Cy. Looking for the spare. Oh, just barely missed. Good try. Yes. Stacy Belanger up now. No, Marissa Rutledge is bowling next time out. Wrong graphic up there. That's okay. We'll get to Marissa later. Cathy Taylor is up now on 44. Body Elite is her sponsor. 7 count. Both Stacy and Cathy both had spares up in the first. Stacy sponsored by CJ's Seafood. Oh, leaves the 8. And Cathy Taylor looking for her spare on 44. And she leaves the 9. Jim Dupre is going to be up next on 44. And Kelly Chopin's going to go first. Kelly with the 9 count. There's Jim Dupre coming up on 44. Leaves the 3, 9.
No, I was going to order that white bowling ball. It's called an excess. They told me it wouldn't help.
Wouldn't help you, no. Kelly Chopin barely misses that spare. Jim Dupre looking for his spare on 44. Jim, sponsored by Fabregas Music. And he picks it up. Nikki Bonvillian up on 43 now, and she gets the strike. She's sponsored by Bourgeois and Associates, and that's Opal Deroche. Sammy's Rod and Reel Repair Service, her sponsor. She's up on 44, and she gets the strike. Tony Disalvo is up on 44 now. Jennifer Lebouef up on 43. East Park Radiator and Battery is Jennifer's sponsor. She leaves the 1-3. And Tony DeSalvo up on 44. Quality Office Supply is sponsoring him. That's a mean hook, Les.
It's bad. It's not like you were throwing a while ago.
No, 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 no. Jennifer Lebouef looking for her spare. Ooh, just slides by.
We'll get him lined up after a while.
And Tony looking for his spare on 44. Leaves the 10. Cy Martin up on 43 now. Sponsored by Carroll's Painting Services. And Cy with the strike. Robby Thomas, sponsored by Richard Thomas Inspection Services. Oh, didn't deserve that.
You notice when Cy threw that strike, his mama said he taught him. And when he's a throw a split, his daddy taught him.
Yeah. I don't know whether Richard or Verna, either one of them will take credit for this split that Robby threw. I wouldn't. All right, Cathy Taylor is going to be up now on 43. Cathy sponsored by Body Elite. And Stacy Belanger is on 44, sponsored by CJ's Seafood. Oh, pretty ball. Solid strike. Here you see Cathy Taylor looking to pick up the spare on 43. And she gets it. Jim Dupre up now on 43. Fabregas Music, his sponsor, working on 2 consecutive spares. And Kelly Champagne on 44. Kelly sponsored by Georgia Carpet Outlet. Dupre looking for the spare. Looks pretty good. Oh. Chops off. And Kelly Champagne looking for his. Leaves the 8. Opal Deroche, sponsored by Sammy's Rod and Reel Repair Service, will be up on 43. See a good shot of Opal. And Nikki Bonvillian, sponsored by Bourgeois and Associates, leaves the 610.
Wonder if Sammy sells fish hooks.
You need some, from what I heard last week. Anybody who fished for 2 hours without a hook is in desperate need of a hook. And Opal misses her spare. Nikki looking for hers, and it slides in. Tony Disalvo is going to be up now on 43. Tony sponsored by Quality Office Supply. His dad Russell has already been out here a couple of times bowling with us, and we'll be back again next week.
The whole family gets involved.
Well, you don't have to worry about straightening him out. He just straightened that one out. Tony with the strike. Jennifer Lebouef on 44. East Park Radiator and Battery, her sponsor, and she strikes. Robby Thomas up on 43. Richard Thomas Inspection Services, his sponsor. Robby coming way outside. Leaves the 3-9. There's Cy Morton, Carroll's Painting Service, his sponsor. Cy's working on a strike. Make it a double. Carroll's taking credit for that one now. Robby Thomas looking for his spare. And he slides it by. All right, we're finished 3 frames. Let's go ahead and take a break. We're at Creole Lanes for the HTV Radio Phone Game of the Week. Corporate Challenge Bowling. We'll be right back. If you're interested in bowling in Corporate Challenge, they're filling up fast. If you want more information, call Creole Lanes, bowl south of Louisiana, or you can call me up at HTV. There's Cathy Taylor, Body Elite, her sponsor. She's up on 44, working on a spare. And she gets a 7 count. Stacy Belanger is up now. Stacy leaves the 10. Stacy is sponsored by CJ's Seafood. There is Cathy Taylor. Ooh, Cathy leaves it out, picks up the 10. Stacy Belanger looking for her spare. Oh, just slides by the 10. All right, that's going to be Kelly Champagne who is up now. Georgia Carpet Outlet is his sponsor. He leaves the baby split, the 310. There's Jim Dupre, sponsored by Fabregas Music. And strike on the Brooklyn side for Jim. Kelly looking for his spare on 43. Got it. Good pickup by Kelly Champagne. Georgia Carpet Outlet is his sponsor. Opal Deroche is up now on 43. Sammy's Rod and Reel Repair Service is her sponsor. Rather, she's up on 44. There's Opal. Opal leaves it, and Nikki Bonvillian is up now. Nikki with the strike, sponsored by Bourgeois and Associates. Opal Deroche looking for her spare on 44, and she got it. Tony Disalvo will be up now. Tony will be up on 44. Sponsored by Quality Office Supply. You see the back of his shirt has that on it. Tony working on a strike. And his pin's flying all over the place, but leaves the 4. Jennifer Lebouef, East Park Radiator and Battery is her sponsor. Jennifer with the strike. That's a double. And you see Tony looking for his spare. And he picks it up. Robby Thomas is going to be up now. Robby on 44. Nope, Cy Martin's going to go up first. There you see Cy on 43. He's working on a double. Carol's Painting Service, his sponsor. And Cy leaves the 7. Robby Thomas. And he gets a strike on 44. Robby sponsored by Richard Thomas Inspection Services. There you see a good shot of Cy Martin. Looking for his spare on 43, and that looks pretty good. And he got it. Cy with a good game going so far. Cathy Taylor is going to be up now. Body Elite, our sponsor. We'd like to thank them again. They sponsored 5 bowlers a few weeks back.
Yeah, they did. That's when we had all the bodybuilders behind us.
That's it. Cathy with the strike. Stacy Belanger on 44. Leaves the 4-7. Stacy sponsored by CJ's Seafood. Stacy's going to be bowling in the second shift as well. She's double dipping tonight.
Had 2 sponsors.
Good for her. Hey, you see a good shot of Stacy looking for her spare on 44, and she got it. Leslie, by the way, what was that score that you rolled at Bowl South?
226?
Yeah, well, minus 100, yeah.
Well, they gave me a 100-pin handicap.
Yeah. Jim Dupre up on 43. And a strike for Jim. That's a double. There's Kelly Champagne, Georgia Carpet Outlet, his sponsor. 9 count. Jim Dupre was sponsored by Fabregas Music. You see a good shot of Kelly Champagne. You see a lot of people in the back. Quite a few people watching here. The junior bowlers, members of the YABA. Kelly Champagne looking for the spare. Georgia Carpet Outlet is his sponsor. And that one slides by. Opal Deroche is going to be up now on 43. Opal sponsored by Sammy's Rod and Reel Repair Service. Opal working on a spare. And Nikki Bonvillian sponsored by Bourgeois and Associates with the 8 count. Nikki was working on a strike. Oh. And there you see Nikki Bonvillian looking for the spare. And she picks it up. Nikki carries a 123 book average from last year. Tony Disalvo is going to be up now on 43. He's working on a spare in the 4th. Quality Office Supply, his sponsor. Jennifer Lebouef is up on 44 now. East Park Radiator and Battery, her sponsor. Jennifer leaves the 5. She was working on a double. Tony Disalvo looking for the spare on 43. Ooh, leaves the 10. And you see Jennifer Lebouef looking for her spare. East Park Radiator and Battery, her sponsor. Robby Thomas is up now on 43. Robby working on a strike. 7 count, and Cy Martin. There you see a good shot of Cy. Sponsored by Carroll's Painting Services. He's on 44. Oh, Cy with the split. 4-7-10. Robby Thomas looking for his spare on 43. Sponsored by Richard Thomas Inspection Services. He picks up his spare. Cy Martin on 44. Picks up the 4-7. Cathy Taylor is going to be up now on 43, sponsored by Body Elite. Cathy working on a strike in the 5th. Came in a little high, left the 4-7-6. Stacy Belanger came in on the Brooklyn side. Stacy sponsored by CJ's Seafood. 9 count. Good try by Cathy Taylor. Body Elite, her sponsor. And Stacy looking for her spare. She gets it on 43. Jim Dupre is going to be up now on 44. Jim working on a double. Brooklyn side leaves the 3-9. As Kelly Champagne, Georgia Carpet Outlet, his sponsor, with the 7 count on 43. And good shot of Jim Dupre looking for his spare. Kelly Champagne looking for his as well on 43. Leaves the head pin. So again, we'd like to thank Jim and Shirley Crowley, Creole Lanes here, for all their hospitality and helping us out with our corporate challenge. Opal Deroche, Sammy's Rod and Reel Repair Service, her sponsor. She's up on 44. Nikki Bonvillian up on 43, sponsored by Bourgeois and Associates. And she leaves the 5 pin.
Is that the kind of shirt you're going to wear next week?
I don't know. I don't know. Opal Deroche on 44. I did roll a couple of games earlier, though, since I hadn't bowled in almost 3 years. Nikki Bonvillian, Bourgeois and Associates, looking for her spare. Oh, just slides by the 5. How did I bowl, by the way, Les?
Not too good.
Okay.
Can't wait till next week.
Tony Disalvo, sponsored by Quality Office Supplies, up on 44. Leaves the 1-3. Jennifer Lebouef, East Park Radiator and Battery, her sponsor, is up on 43.
I want to get with Lonnie this week and let him say on the news every night that you will be bowling next Friday night.
Tony DeSalvo picks up his spare. I don't know. I hadn't bowled in almost 3 years, and I beat your 126 the first time I bowled, so it can't be that bad.
We don't have a 126 anymore.
Jennifer Lebouef, East Park Radiator and Battery, looking for a spare. She doesn't get it. Once again, I'd like to thank all of these sponsors who sponsored these YABA bowlers out here for donating to our corporate challenge, also for giving these kids a chance to be on television. Great thrill for them and their parents, and we appreciate all the sponsors' help. Cy Martin, Carroll's Painting Services, is his sponsor. Ooh, didn't deserve that. Robby Thomas leaves the 5. Robby sponsored by Richard Thomas Inspection Services. Or similar to a ball that Robby Thomas threw earlier. What Cy Martin didn't deserve a split.
I can hear his dad in the background. It's his mama taught him.
Yeah, exactly. Carol and Lisa are taking turns taking praise and accusations. Robby looking for his spare. Oh. And next up is going to be Cathy Taylor. Cathy has a split in the 6, working off an open frame. She's up on 43. She's sponsored by Body Elite. And she leaves the 6. Stacy Belanger, sponsored by CJ's Seafood on 44. Leaves the 1389. Is that right on your little cheat sheet?
That's right.
Okay.
Also, Hillary Cathy bowls on the Southern Louisiana Travel League team for Creole. And Stacy bowls for South.
And Stacy looking for her spare on 44. Oh, leaves the 9. Jim Dupre up now on 43, sponsored by Fabricus Music. And Jim gets the strike. Kelly Champon, Georgia Carpet Outlet, his sponsor. And he leaves the 6. This seems to be getting more and more popular every week, Les. A lot more fans coming out to watch, and it's been going great.
Especially this week, we have a lot of grandparents out here. We might be able to pick up a couple of, maybe have a senior citizens week one week.
We need to do that. We've had some elderly bowlers so far. We like to get more. Opal Deroche is up now, sponsored by Sammy's Rod and Reel Repair Service. And that's Nikki Bonvillian, Bourgeois & Associates, her sponsor on 44. And let's see if Nikki can pick up her spare on 44. Oh, it slides by. By the way, what were those 2 games I rolled earlier? You remember those scores?
Let's see. One was 171 and one was 117.
117 after some of your handiwork on the computer. Tony Disalvo, Quality Office Supply. Ooh, solid 10. Jennifer Lebouef, sponsored by East Park Radiator and Battery, up on 44.
Russell said you wouldn't beat us the first game after 3 years.
Yeah, I did. 136 actually, barely beat your 126, barely beat your 126, but did beat it after not bowling in quite a while. And I'll say it once and once only, Tony did that apparently in honor of his dad, Russell. Jennifer Lebouef with the spare attempt on 44. Oh, leaves the 4.
I believe Russell said he can get you next week.
Yeah, Russell and I bowl on the same shift next week. Robby Thomas, Richard Thomas Inspection Services, his sponsor. And there's Cy Martin. Cy always has this big grin on his face. Oh, another split for Cy. 3rd in a row. Cy sponsored by Carroll's Painting Services. And you see Robby Thomas And Robby picks up his spare on 43. Cy Martin. Oh, good try by Cy. All right. We're through with 7 complete frames here at Creole Lanes. HTV Radiophone Game of the Week Corporate Challenge Bowling. We'll be right back after this break.
Hill City Oil Company in Houma understands when you need the product, we'll get it to you. For Shell oil, lubricants, and fuels, Hill City Oil offers courteous service 24 hours a day. For as little as 5 gallons of oil to over 6,000 gallons, let Hill City Oil handle your order. Call Bubba or any other sales rep for what you need. For Shell and other major brand oil and lubricants, Hill City Oil Company, 872-9464.
You may have seen the famous Troy-Bilt tillers and other quality Troy-Bilt products through national advertising. Those same quality Troy-Bilt products are readily available here at Houma Tractor. Don't be misled by mail-order prices which do not include shipping and assembly. Any purchase from Houma Tractor is completely assembled and serviced. So let Houma Tractor serve as your Troy-Bilt outlet. Isn't this the most beautiful thing you've ever seen?
Sure, honey, but I wonder if it'll fix your supper tonight.
For any event or special occasion, the Bouquet family welcomes you to Majestic Limousines.
You don't have to be a movie star to be treated like one. Majestic Limousines can take you on a magic carpet ride. Going out on the town, Majestic can take you there in style. Impress someone special with a ride in one of Majestic's ultra-luxurious stretch limos. And next time you need a ride to the airport, call Majestic Limousines for the safest, most comfortable ride you can imagine. Your magic carpet ride, Majestic Limousines, 851-4449.
And welcome back to Creole Lanes. Before we get rolling again, we'd like to thank Subway, our food sponsor here in our Game of the Week. Subway, the place where fresh is the taste. 2000 West Park Avenue in Houma. Pam Artigo and all of her fine crew. We'd like to thank them for feeding our crew out here in our Game of the Week. You can call them up at 872-2709. That's Subway on 2000 West Park. Okay, let's get things going again. Cathy Taylor is up now on 44. Sponsored by Body Elite. See a shot of Cathy. Goes in Brooklyn side, leaves the 3-9. And Stacy Belanger, CJ's Seafood is her sponsor. She leaves the 4. Almost left a nasty split. We got the kick out on the 7. Cathy Taylor looking for her spare.
Keep a list of every week what everybody shoots.
I sure do.
I want to see how many kids going to beat their parents that bowled already.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up. Stacy with the spare. Jim Dupre up on 44. He struck 3 out of the last 4 frames. Jim sponsored by Fabregas Music. Leaves the 3. And Kelly Champagne, sponsored by Georgia Carpet Outlet. He leaves the 5-pin. Does that include the next shift where your 2 kids are bowling?
I didn't bowl yet.
Okay. It was someone looked like Fred Flintstone that bowled at Bowl South. Jim Dupre looking for his spare. And he gets it. Kelly Champagne looking for his. Kelly with a slip and slide. Still picks it up. Opal Deroche is up now on 44. Sponsored by Sammy's Rod and Reel Repair Service. Leaves the 5. And Nikki Bonvillian with Bourgeois and Associates is up.
Double upset, Bobby the day with a 202.
With an 8 count. See a good shot of Opal. And it slides by the 5. Here's Nikki. And she picks up her spare. Tony Disalvo is going to be up now on 44. Quality Office Supply.
I think Russell told him not to throw too many strikes. He needs that advertisement.
Jennifer Lebouef now is up on 43. She's sponsored by East Park Radiator and Battery. Leaves the 1-5. Hey, you see a good shot at Tony. Looking for his spare on 44. That's a heck of a hook. Jennifer looking for her spare on 43. Oh, leaves the 5. Cy Martin is up now on 43. He's had 3 consecutive splits. Let's break that, Cy. He's sponsored by Carroll's Painting Services. And the strike. Robby Thomas, Richard Thomas Inspection Services, his sponsor on 44. Leaves the 1-3-5-8. See a good shot of Robby looking for his spare on 44. Hugged that one a little too close. And we're starting the 9th frame now. Cathy Taylor is going to be up on 43. Cathy's sponsor is Body Elite.
Have you been working out lately?
Me? No, not even close. Cathy with the strike. And Stacy Belanger up on 44. And she gets the strike. Stacy sponsored by CJ Seafood with the strike on 44. Jim Dupre is up now on 43. Has a spare up in the 8th. And a strike. Kelly Champagne with the 7 count on 44. Kelly sponsored by Georgia Carpet Outlet. Jim Dupre was sponsored by Fabregas Music. And Kelly looking for his spare on 44. He was working on a spare in the 8th. Opal Deroche is going to be up now on 43. Sammy's Rod and Reel Repair Service is her sponsor. There you see Opal. Leaves the 5. And Nikki Bonvillian on 44. Leaves the 610. Nikki sponsored by Bourgeois and Associates.
Just heard a couple of kids say something about they beat a 126.
I don't know where they would get that from.
Hanging around you too much.
You write down their names or something? What are you doing?
Putting check marks by them.
And Opal Deroche picks up her spare. Nikki Bonvillian looking for her spare on 44. And she got it.
Just think if I'd have shot 250 or better, y'all wouldn't have had anything to talk about.
That's right. There would have only been, 2 or 3 people that would have beaten you. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Tony Disalvo, Quality Office Supply on 43. And Jennifer Lebouef with East Park Radiator and Battery is up now on 44.
Well, it's bad. It's filled up so much. It's a while before I can bowl again, so I'm going to have to hear it for quite a while.
Quite a while. Jennifer leaves the 610. That's okay. I'm putting that pressure on myself next week that I have to beat that on the air. I beat it in practice. The practice means nothing. Got to do it in the clutch.
It's different with that camera sitting on the side of me.
Jennifer Lebouef on 44, looking for her spare. Slides by. All right, Robby Thomas is going to go up now on 43. Sponsored by Richard Thomas Inspection Services. And Robby with the strike. There you see Cy Martin. Carroll's Painting Services, his sponsor. Get in there, Cy. He left that one out. 3 count. Working on a strike in the 8th.
How are you going to bowl and commentate?
No problem. A man of many talents.
We don't want to hear that for an excuse.
No excuses. No excuses. That's why I'm rolling a few games to not give myself the excuse that I hadn't bowled in 3 years. Roll a few games first. I don't want that excuse. So when your 126 beats me, I'll have no excuses.
That's good.
Cathy Taylor, Body Elite, her sponsor. She's up on 44 here to start the 10th. Working on a strike. Stacy Belanger on 43. She's working on a strike as well. CJ Seafood, our sponsor, and Stacy with a double. Cathy Taylor looking for a spare on 44. Oh, leaves the 310. Stacy looking for a turkey. Leaves the 5-pin. Cathy finishes with a 120 with her handicap. That's a 162. And Stacy going to finish up with the spare in the 10th. And she gets it. Stacy finishes with a 166, sponsored by CJ Seafood with her handicap. That's a 209. Jim Dupre is up now on 44. Leslie, your reputation precedes you, buddy. Jim Dupre, sponsored by Fabregas Music and Kelly Champon, Georgia Carpet Outlet, his sponsor, with a solid strike. Jim working on a strike in the 9th, looking for his spare now, 44. Jim Dupre, Fabregas Music sponsoring him. Oh, leaves the 10. Yes, Kelly Champon. Jim Dupre finishes with a 165. And with his book handicap from last year, good game, 217 for Jim Dupre. Kelly Champon looking to finish up with a spare. Kelly Champon. Kelly finishes with a 115 with his handicap. A 172. Kelly sponsored Georgia Carpet Outlet. Thank them very much. Opal Deroche up now on 44, sponsored by Sammy's Rod and Reel Repair Service.
Number 53, your order's ready?
Opal with the strike, and Nikki Bonvillian is up now. Nikki leaves the 3. She's sponsored by Bourgeois and Associates. Opal was working on a spare in the 9th, starting the 10th off with a strike. On Brooklyn. Oh, Nikki Bonvillian looking for her spare and doesn't get it on 43. Nikki finishes up with a 133 with her handicap, a 194, and Opal almost gets spare. Opal finishes up with a 135. With her handicap, a 188. Tony Disalvo, Quality Office Supplies, up on 44. Got the 7 out of the way.
Had the hard one first.
Jennifer Lebouef, East Park Radiator and Batteries, up on 43. Solid strike for Jennifer. Yeah, see if Tony can pick up this spare here. Tony finishes up with a 106. With his handicap, 156. And Jennifer Lebouef looking for a double here. And she dropped that one. Still with the opportunity to pick up the spare here in the 10th after striking to open it. There you see Jennifer. And Jennifer Lebouef finishes up with a 123. With her handicap, that's a 191. Cy Martin up on 43, sponsored by Carol's Painting Services. Cy leaves that one outside, leaves the 1-2-3-5. Robby Thomas, Richard Thomas Inspection Services, his sponsor on 44. And he leaves the 7. Robby working on a strike in the 9th. And Cy Martin looking to pick up his spare. Good game by Cy Martin, ends up with a 130. Robby Thomas slides by the 7. Cy finishes with a 130 with his handicap of 198. And Robby Thomas finishes with a 134 with his handicap. That's a 188. All right, the leaders after the opening round here on Corporate Challenge Bowling, the juniors, YABA bowlers. Jim Dupre bowled a 165 scratch with his handicap. That's a 217. And Stacy Belanger with a 166. With her handicap a 209. We'll be right back with our second shift in the Corporate Challenge in just a moment here at Creole Lanes. Challenge Bowling. Let's go ahead and recap all the scoring in our first game out here tonight. Cathy Taylor, sponsored by Body Elite, rolls a 120 with her handicap of 162. Jim Dupre, sponsored by Fabricus Music, with a 165, 217 with his handicap. He's the boys leader after the first round. Opal Deroche, sponsored by Sammy's Rod and Reel Repair Service, rolls a 135, 188 with their handicap. Quality Office Supply, sponsored Tony Disalvo. He rolled a 106, 156 with his handicap. Richard Thomas Inspection Services, sponsored Robby Thomas. He rolled a 134, 188 with his handicap. Stacy Belanger, the girls leader after the first round, sponsored by CJ Seafood. She rolled a 166, 209 with her handicap. Kelly Champagne rolled a 115, 172 with her handicap. He was sponsored by Georgia Carpet Outlet. Nikki, sponsored by Bourgeois & Associates, with a 133, 194 with the handicap. Jennifer Lebouef, East Park Radiator and Battery, sponsored her. 123 with a 191 with the handicap. And Cy Martin, sponsored by Carol's Painting Services, rolled a 130, a 198 with his handicap. We'd like to thank all of those fine sponsors who sponsored people out here on our Corporate Challenge. And again, if you would like to do the same, if you'd like to bowl and find a sponsor, or you're a sponsor who'd like to sponsor a bowler, you can give me a call at HTV. We'd be happy to have you. We'll be right back with our second shift here on the HTV Radio Phone Game of the Week, Corporate Challenge Bowling from here at Creole Lane.